おいでいただきまして誠にありがとうございます。まもなく開始となりますので、お席にお着きになってお待ちくださいませ。音楽が始まりますと、まず本学の総長と学長、教授、理事、そして在日米国大使館からのご来賓が入場し、壇上に上がります。その後、大学学部課程の学士、法学修士、MBA、教育学修士、そして教育学博士の卒業生が続きます。盛大な拍手をもってお迎えください。卒業式の模様は本学ウェブサイトよりライブ中継、または式後にオンデマンドのビデオでご覧いただけます。ぜひ本日ご来場いただけなかったご家族、ご友人にお知らせください。なお、式の間、携帯電話の電源はお切りいただけますようお願い申し上げます。また、お手元の避難経路をご覧いただき、地震・火災発生時にはホテル係員の指示に従ってください。では、開始まで今しばらくお待ちくださいませ。May I please have your attention? The Temple University Japan campus, Commencement 2013 will begin soon. Please be seated and make sure to turn off your cellular phones. Since we are all in an unfamiliar location, we would like you to check the evacuation map included with your program. Please follow instructions given by the hotel staff if any emergency occurs. The procession will begin with faculty members and honored guests, followed by Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science degree candidates, and graduate degree candidates. This year, we are broadcasting the graduation ceremony live online. On-demand viewing will be on the TUJ website after the ceremony. Please pass this information on to graduates' family and friends who are not able to attend the ceremony today. Thank you.
please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the continuation of the 126th commencement of Temple University. Let me be the first to say congratulations. You have studied hard and made many sacrifices in order to achieve your academic goals. Today is your day. We are all here to recognize and celebrate your accomplishments. So please take this opportunity to reflect on your achievements. This is the continuation of the 126th commencement of Temple University. It started in Philadelphia on May 16th, when over 9,000 graduates, Temple's largest class ever, received their degrees. And it continues today here in Tokyo with 241 students receiving their degrees. To help us all in the get into the Temple graduation spirit, here's a brief video with highlights from the main campus ceremony.
University's 126th annual commencement. This year's graduating class numbers more than 9,000 students, the largest graduating class in Temple University's history. A special group of graduates will gather nearly 7,000 miles from here on June 9th as Temple University Japan celebrates commencement in Tokyo. Part of today's ceremony will be videotaped and shown at the Japan commencement. It is our tradition to send greetings to the graduates at Temple University Japan to be shared on that occasion. Please join me in this tradition by repeating after me. Konnichiwa, Temple University Japan. Konnichiwa, graduates. It is to the Temple University class of 2013 and to thousands like you graduating from public universities all over the country that the world now looks for your commitment as citizens, for your energy and seriousness of purpose as you grapple with the most formidable problems confronting our world, and for all you can do to renew the global economy, to innovate, to invent, to build, to heal, and to teach. I wish you the very best good fortune as you embark on the next phase of your life. May you create a bright future for yourselves. I know that in doing so, you will be creating an even brighter future for society. Congratulations, class of 2013. We will now confer the degrees in course and salute each school en masse.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise?
Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Doctor of Musical Arts, Master's degrees,
Bachelors of Science in Nursing.
Bioengineering, Civil Engineering.
For the Bachelors of Social Work.
Will future Einsteins, Nobel laureates, please rise.
The time has come to leave Temple and continue on your journey. Congratulations, class of 2013, on your accomplishments, and best wishes for happy, prosperous, and productive lives. The next leg of your journey begins today. We will now sing our alma mater, led by Julian Terrell Otis.
As you just saw, the ceremony in Philadelphia was conducted by our new president, President Theobald, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome Neil D. Theobald, Temple's new president, to his first TUJ graduation and his first visit ever to Japan. President Theobald began his tenure at Temple on January 1st and has already proven to be a friend and supporter of our program here in Japan. His presidency at Temple is just the latest stage in a distinguished career as teacher, researcher, and administrator. Most recently, he has served as Indiana University's Senior Vice President, where he had also served as Senior Vice Provost at the Bloomington campus and as Special Assistant to Indiana University's president. I can tell you it's been a real honor and a real pleasure to interact with President Theobald, so please join me in giving President Theobald a warm and enthusiastic welcome to TUJ.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Stronach. First, the most important thing, congratulations, graduates. It is my honor to bring you greetings from Temple University's campus in Philadelphia, which you saw the graduation a few moments ago. 3 weeks ago, we held the first part of the 126th commencement of Temple University. Today, we hold the concluding portion of those proceedings here in Tokyo. It is a privilege, an immense privilege, for me to share this special day with you, your families, and your friends. As Dean Stronach mentioned, I have only been president of this university for 5 months, but I already know what a unique treasure Temple University Japan is. 30 years ago, Temple University became the first American university to collaborate with the Japanese government to found a campus here in Japan. Other foreign institutions followed Temple's lead, but only Temple has maintained its presence in Japan uninterrupted since that time, 1982. Today, Temple University Japan is our preeminent international program, attracting students from more than 60 nations to its undergraduate, graduate, and professional degree programs. I'm delighted to see firsthand what outstanding work is being done here by our students, faculty, and staff. We're committed to continuing our partnership with Temple Japan. It is a valued part of our international mission. Your Temple University education has allowed you to develop the skills of written and oral communication, analysis and critical thinking, and leadership and cooperation. Your education will enable you to remain flexible and employable in a fast-paced, rapidly changing world. It will empower you to think analytically as you synthesize information from disparate realms of knowledge to generate solutions to new and complex problems. These skills are greatly valued in the current labor market, and numerous economic studies show that by investing in yourself through a college education, you have created the most valuable asset you will ever possess. Much less, though, is written about the incredibly valuable public asset available to all of society that you have created. Your education here at Temple University, Japan, has prepared you to contribute meaningfully to the prosperity and progress of your respective nations and of the world. You will make countless vitally important contributions to society. Some among you will provide leadership for businesses that will create jobs and improve lives. Others will dedicate their lives to developing public policy to preserve the environment, promote justice, and stimulate economic development. Also among our graduates today are those who will teach our children and our grandchildren and prepare them for their futures. You graduate today from an institution that puts great emphasis on its historic mission to educate you for global citizenship, prepare you for public service, and create research advances that will enhance the quality of life for all. It is to the Temple University class of 2013 and to thousands like you graduating from universities all over the world that we now look for your commitment as global citizens, for your energy and seriousness of purpose as you grapple with the most difficult problems confronting our world, and for all you can do to renew the global economy, to innovate, to invent, to build, to teach. I wish you the very best good fortune as you move forward in your lives. May you create a bright future for yourselves. I know that in doing so, you will be creating an even brighter future for the rest of us. Thank you very much, and again, congratulations, class of 2013.
Thank you, Dr. Theobald. For our second speaker today, we are privileged to have with us Mark J. Davidson, Minister Counselor for Public Affairs at the United States Embassy. Over the years, TUJ has enjoyed consistent and valuable support from various agencies at the U.S. Embassy. So please show your appreciation by giving Mr. Davidson a great TUJ welcome. Mark?
Konnichiwa, TUJ Japan graduates. Good afternoon. Thank you, Bruce, for that kind introduction. President Theobald, Dean Stronach, distinguished faculty, family members and friends, and most important of all, Temple University Japan, class of 2013. Many have said to you today already, congratulations. Allow me to be the first to say, omedetou gozaimasu. All of us at the United States Embassy in Tokyo deeply admire and are extremely grateful to Temple University for its commitment to Japan and to the global community. I don't think Russell Conwell ever imagined that his little campus in Philadelphia would grow to become the great global institution it is today. But if he could be with us now, here, so far from the banks of the Delaware River, I know he would be extraordinarily proud to see how Temple has stewarded his vision of cultivating great men and women. But today is not about the past, it's about the future. It's about the future that this magnificent institution has created for you, its proud new class of graduates. Now, I know that most of you will little note nor long remember what we say here, but none of us here today will ever forget what you have done here. Today's graduation marks a great achievement for each of you, to be sure, and no less so for the loved ones who have supported you. But I believe it also marks a triumph for Japan, the United States, and each of the nations represented here today. The history of the still young 21st century will be written by you, people who have the skills and mindsets to reach out, join hands, and work for good across borders and cultures. Just as the many problems that confront us today, from climate change to economic inequality to nuclear proliferation, know no borders, so too the solutions to these problems must be international. Just this past week, I read about some new neurological research that indicates that studying in an international environment actually rewires your brain. Learning to succeed in a cross-cultural classroom, science tells us, actually engenders new neural networks favoring creativity and resilience. I'll bet that when you took your first steps through TUJ's doors, you never realized you had signed up for brain surgery. But whether you can see it or not, it's absolutely clear that TUJ has bestowed upon each of you more than just a degree. It's actually rewired you to be an innovative, resilient, global citizen. And that's just what the world needs right now. It's not just Uncle Sam who wants you. Japan wants you. All nations want you. And just to reassure the parents here today, all smart employers want them as well. Temple has given you an incredible global education. It's given you the education you need for the 21st century. And it's given you an education that all of us around the world require. Now, it's up to you. So to close, let me leave you with another word in Japanese, my second favorite word in Japanese, after kanpai, that is. Minasan, ganbatte kudasai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Kampai is my favorite word too, but yeah. Before we recognize this year's Undergraduate Teacher of the Year, I would like to take a moment to recognize the entire faculty. First and foremost, a university is its faculty, and TUJ is no exception. I am proud to call you my colleagues. Faculty, please rise to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. Students, excuse me, somebody else's lines. This year, for the 11th time, we are presenting an Undergraduate Teacher of the Year award. The recipient of this year's award has been selected by the students in a process conducted by the Office of the Assistant Dean. I would therefore like to ask Brian Swanlin, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, to come to the podium to announce the results. Brian?
Students were polled as to who should be designated Undergraduate Teacher of the Year. Students voted from a comprehensive list of all undergraduate teachers who had taught 3 or more courses in the past year. Students were polled in each term of the academic year, with the votes being tabulated for the entire year. In addition to a certificate, the Teacher of the Year award includes a cash prize of 100,000 yen. The very deserving recipient of this year's award is Matt Lindley.
Thanks very much.
So I just want to say thank you, and my students, Dr. Brett, Tina Brett and I'm in charge of the International Affairs major, and Tina's in charge of the Political Science major, and we really worked hard to kind of raise the standard in the program, push the students, get them to learn some statistics, right? Even though they push and they're against it, we still encourage them to do that. So thank you all very much, very kind.
Obviously, his popularity is due to his brevity. Wonderful. I would now like to call upon some of our outstanding graduates to represent their peers in the graduating class of 2013. First, I am pleased to introduce William Yao. William graduated summa cum laude in the fall of 2012 with a double major in art and Japanese, and is currently in training at Rakute's Creative and Web Design Department. William?
Thank you. Before I begin my speech, let me first say that it is a great honor to be standing here today and to be able to say a few words on behalf of the graduating cohort. When approached for the opportunity to give this speech, the first thing I did was to reach out to friends on Facebook. A few of you might have been contacted. Having finished my last set of classes in the fall of 2012 and no longer having to make the trip to and from TUJ each day, I must say that, to be honest, I felt a little sad, a little out of touch. I was concerned about being able to deliver a message that would resonate. And so I reached out to Facebook, asking friends if there was anything they would like mentioned. Well, derp, maybe not the best idea. A little risky, maybe like citing Wikipedia in a paper. I'd say don't do it, but you're all sitting here today, so I think we're good. No more papers. The real question is, why Facebook? And to put it simply, I'd say it's about influence. You see, I believe that everything affects us in some way, sometimes great, sometimes small, good or bad, but always having an effect. Have a look around you. Some familiar faces, some not, but it gets you thinking. What are they wearing? Is he or she starting to nod off? I hope not. Anyone checking their phones? All of these things affect us in some way and elicits a reaction. In other words, I guess what I'm trying to say is that each and every one of you sitting in your seats is the result of a years-long back and forth between your surroundings and yourself, a constant interaction. Simultaneously, however, I think it's true that we can never fully realize how much the people around us mean to us, affect us, and play a part in making us who we are. Likewise, standing here today, if I had one regret about my years at TUJ, it would be my inability to personally thank each and every one of you for having played a part in my journey. I stand here today because of you, and to be very, very honest, that is no exaggeration. TUJ is not a very big campus. I think a lot of us have complained about it over the years, wished it was bigger, better, am I right? Maybe wish they had more facilities. But on the other hand, I think that it is precisely because we have a restrictively small campus that most of the faces we see next to us today are familiar to some extent and have affected us in turn. Fellow graduates, friends, I began this speech by saying that it is a great honor to be standing here, and it certainly is. I cannot personally thank each and every one of you for being a part of my university life, but I hope that we can all appreciate the company of those around us as we mingle and reminisce throughout the rest of the proceedings this afternoon. Appreciate the good memories, the bad ones, and even the times that seem to take forever to pass, simply because they never do. Time is relative, nothing lasts forever, and despite us all sharing the experience of watching the seconds tick away ever so slowly on our watches and smartphones, things have changed. We sit not in yet another classroom, but take our places here, finally, at our graduation. Nothing lasts forever. The good news is that that's only half the story. We cannot choose to remain stagnant, but we can surely choose what we take with us and how such things affect us now and in the years to come. Fellow graduates, as you look back on your time at TUJ, just remember that you were never alone. We are, all of us, a part of this university and its traditions, and it has affected us in as much as we have contributed back to it. Remember that, and remember how we got here, for this is a day of closing, of celebration, but also of new beginnings. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives, and while I'm sure that we all aspire to be the very best in our own endeavors, I hope that we can take a little something from our time here, and in so doing, move onward to even greater things. Friends and graduates, I may not be the first to say this to all of you today, but with no less sincerity, joy, and gratitude. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, William. Our second student speaker today is Yumiko Kiso. Ms. Kiso previously earned an LLB from Gakushuin University. She is currently in charge of legal affairs at Hitachi Limited. And today, Ms. Kiso will receive an LLM degree. Yumiko?
Thank you for the introduction. And thank you to all of the parents, relatives, faculty, and staff that could make it here today. It's my pleasure to speak to you on behalf of all the graduates of LLM program. I finished my program last June, so I received an invitation to the ceremony and needed some time to recall my experience at TUJ. But preparing my speech has brought back many great memories. It was a very tough, but also an exciting time for me. Like the other students here, and I am very proud of becoming one of the graduates of this historic Temple University. I entered the LLM program in May 2010. As a legal advisor at the Japanese trading firm for which I worked at the time, I needed to negotiate with counterparties all over the world. Besides, I was also responsible for working with lawyers in the US and the UK on a daily basis. I had to discuss legal matters based on the laws of their countries when I couldn't understand the concept very well. I had studied only Japanese law in the Japanese language, so I regretted that I couldn't keep up with the discussion. So then I made up my mind to go to TUJ, desiring to survive as a legal professional in the global field. Given that most of the classes in the Temple was at night, Temple was the best choice. It allowed me to continue working while acquiring a lot of knowledge and this honorable degree. Soon after starting to study at TUJ, I found it was much more challenging than I had imagined. Especially for a non-native English speaker like me, it took a lot of time to read and understand textbooks written in English. In addition to the large volume of the written assignments, I had difficulty in understanding the idea of the common law, which is different from the civil law upon which Japanese law is based. In the common law, students must read and analyze previous cases first and then apply those precedents to the particular factual situation. This approach is completely different from that of the civil law, in which the law means a written code. In my early days at TUJ, I had to struggle to get used to this new approach. I still recall what a professor taught me about an old case in property class. The case was about a dispute between two hunters chasing a fox. One hunter was chasing and trying to capture the fox, but just before he was about to catch it, the other hunter intercepted him and captured the fox. Both hunters claimed the fox. Under these facts, which hunter can claim the property of the fox? I didn't know why the professor had spent so much time on the facts in such an old case, since the situation of hunters and foxes are far removed from modern society. But later, I understood I could practice how to analyze facts and how to apply the relevant precedents to the facts through the study of this well-known case. In fact, the professor told us that in 2002, the court had discussed this 1805 case and analyzing ownership of the baseball that Barry Bonds had hit in setting his single-season homer record the previous year. Throughout my time at TUJ, I met many wonderful fellow students. Some professors gave us time for group work, which firstly I was not happy with. I was too shy to say what I thought because I didn't have much confidence. But I got used to it after continuous repetition, and I found that I could learn from the ideas of other students, and discussion helped me better understand the issues before me. Since most of the fellow students have a responsible role in their job, I know that they found it very tough to read all the assignments, come to class after work at night, and prepare for the exams while doing their best in their jobs. They all were very motivated to study. We had very active discussion in and out of the classes, extending idea of the law in different fields. Through TUJ, I made many friends and expanded my network of legal professionals. In addition to the great study program, TUJ also gave me a career change opportunity. I thought I'd like to work for a Japanese manufacturing company, as I believed that manufacturing was one of the most rewarding industries in which to work as a Japanese person. When I was on a job interview for my present company, the interviewer was very interested in the TUJ LLM program. I was told afterwards that I had gotten the job because I had so much experience in the practice of law on a global basis, and also because I was continuing the program of self-development. Thanks to TUJ, I'm currently in charge of legal affairs at Hitachi Limited, advising on the making of contracts, resolving problems relating to product accidents, and M&A matters by applying my knowledge of both Japanese and English law and US law. Now, at the end of my speech, please let me have one more minute to talk about my personal matter. Among other things, TUJ changed my life. On the very first day at TUJ, which I recall was the day of orientation, I met a man who would become my husband 1 year later. Thank you. He is also here as a graduate today. As I could never have finished the entire program and, without his help and sincere cooperation, let me say thank you to him. Iori, thank you so much for your support. As far as we know, we're the first married couple from the TUJ LLM program. We've been very lucky to meet each other, study together, and share this very honorable graduation. Once again, thank you so much to all of you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Yumiko, and Yori. Next, I am pleased to introduce Glenn Robert Argyle, who today is receiving a Master in Business Administration. Glenn is currently Director of the Office of the President and CEO, Takeda Pharmaceutical Company, Japan's largest pharmaceutical company. Glenn?
Dean, professors, distinguished guests, and fellow students, it is my great honour to make this commencement speech today on behalf of the Temple University Fox Business School Executive MBA class of 2013. Our graduating class consists of 21 students, 2 of whom, Chris Kojima and Fong Nguyen, could not be with us today. Personally, I think the fact that 21 of us were able to make it this far is an outstanding achievement. 2 years ago, after only the first class, I, for one, was sure that I would not be able to last to the end. I will never forget that first class. It was clear that we had a brash back row of students that wanted 100% for class participation. These heavy hitters from the US, Canada, and the Philippines were providing input all over the place, and not surprisingly, some of it was very valuable too. For example, some inspirational catchphrases from the financial industry were, "Fire him." And not surprisingly, after the financial crisis, "Don't worry, we would give any old idiot a loan." But seriously, we were also nervous and green. We persevered through some pressure cooker quantitative classes like statistics, accounting, and finance, as well as some more open-ended classes like human resources, marketing, and the comprehensive final capstone course. We all learned more about one another, and we learned how to lead from one another. Perhaps most importantly, we learned more about ourselves and our motivations and strengths as people and leaders. On a personal note, I learned never to trust a Myers-Briggs introvert to keep quiet. For example, one introverted computer scientist, let me call him Alan, proved to me that introverts can make amazing presenters and can wow you with their passion and their animation work. Another introverted avionic drug specialist, let me call him, say, Kentaro, proved never to ask an introvert for a short and simple answer, because there is always 20 sides of any story that needs to be explored by an introvert. No offense, you guys. An MBA, a Master of Business Administration, that is the title to which each of us aspired. In fact, one of us wanted the title so much he did it twice. Well, guys, from the class of 2013, congratulations, we made it. But let me ask a question. With so many MBAs available today, why did we choose Fox Business School and Temple? We chose Temple because it is a US university, because Fox is AACSB accredited, and probably because we wanted the best education that we could get in English in Japan. But what was more important than any of the points that I have just given? What was the most important element of doing an MBA at Temple? Hands down for me, it was the people. We had many great professors that shared the real-world experience and passion for their topics with phrases like go short, go long, and formula. And who will ever forget the magical hidden champions? We had great support staff, and our thanks go out to Mika Mori, Jacqueline Osawa, Sumiko Koga, and Mieko Aoki for making our program what it was, and for professionally responding to all of our needs and requests. We also had the invaluable support of our families and friends who kindly forgave us for not being around for the last 2 years. And finally, we had each other. We had youth, we had experience, we had people from all over the world, and we had people from all walks of life. We had homework by the truck's load, and we had long hours on Skype together. But most importantly, we gained each other's friendship then and now. Having an MBA is going to open new doors to each of us, doors that were closed to us before. But as Spider-Man continually reminds us in each of his new movies, with great power comes great responsibility. So yes, we earned our MBAs through sweat and tears, but we have also been so very fortunate to have this opportunity. As we grab hold of new leadership roles, we will have the opportunity to contribute even more to society and to those around us. So let's not forget to give back. I salute the class of 2013, and I look forward to continuing our friendship and camaraderie for the rest of our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Glenn. The final student speaker, Ron Martin, represents the Graduate College of Education, and today is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Education. Mr. Martin is currently an associate professor in the College of Intercultural Communication at Rikyo University and is also teaching his first course at the Graduate College of Education here at TUJ. Ron?
Thank you, and good afternoon. Today, I will take you on a short retrospective trip, and I encourage you to follow along. Think about your own experiences and the people associated with them. I will begin in 1999. I realize that for some of the 2013 class, this means that you were in elementary school, which is just as good a place as any to begin. In March of 1999, I got married. And that is really where, excuse me, my story here in Japan begins. It was then that I made a commitment to my wife in this country and my career in language education. In January 2000, I entered the master's program here at TUJ. During the fall of 2000, I met two teachers from a private school at a weekend seminar that TUJ provides. They told me that they were looking for someone to join their new junior high school. They had a new building and were about to welcome new students. And so in April of 2001, I joined them, eager to put my temple education to work to help build a new curriculum. In the fall of 2001, I finished my master's coursework. 6 months later, in the late summer of 2002, I was misdiagnosed with pancreatic cancer. For about 10 weeks, I lived believing my life had changed forever. Later that fall, after the cancer scare was over, I realized that my junior high position would not become tenured. So in January of 2003, I entered the doctorate program at Temple University. Yes, 10 years ago. In the spring of 2003, I became a manager of an educational company for public school education. In November of 2004, toward the end of my core doctoral coursework, my mother passed away. 1 month later, my wife and I welcomed home our adopted son. In 2005, I finished my core courses at the doctoral program, and my dissertation began patiently waiting. In February 2006, my father passed away. In March 2007, my wife and I welcomed home our adopted daughter. My dissertation was still waiting. During the decade between 1999 and the end of the Japanese academic year in March of 2008, I gave around 50 workshops for public elementary and junior high Japanese school teachers. And though I've never counted, well over double of that to native English-speaking native teachers. I also advise schools on communicative language education and evaluation and curriculum design. I often worked over 60 hours a week, and for 1 year in particular, nearly 80. I was also told that more than likely I was the first native speaker to have been invited by a board of education to an open lesson as a guest lecturer. That happened twice. In April of 2009, I left the work world of language education for young learners for a full-time contract position in the College of Intercultural Communication at Rikyo University. In 2012, I joined the department as a tenured faculty member with a clear expectation that my dissertation would get done in short order. Well, it has, or I would not be standing here today. This retrospective trip is not about loss of loved ones or the welcoming of children, success, or even hardship or challenges. It is simply about life events. I asked you to think about your own experiences and the people associated with them. I'm sure that your experiences are similar to mine in number and in influence, and there's a great chance that some among you have withstood greater adversity than I could ever imagine. I will close with something my mother told me once, just a few years out of college, when I was wondering what I should do with myself. She said, "You know what you can and can't do." I think deep down we all know this. In the early 2000s, I told my colleagues and my wife that was my goal, not my dream, but my goal, to one day be a tenured professor at a Japanese university, teaching future teachers, which I do. And if I had the chance to one day teach a class at the Graduate School of Education here at TUJ. There wasn't a chorus telling me that it was possible, that I would do it someday. My wife also wondered why I thought I could, worried perhaps I had some kind of false hope. Well, I knew I could, that I would work toward that goal until I achieved it or realized that I had to change direction. Just like you. You knew you could finish your degree here at Temple, regardless of everything happening around you. You did it. We did it. Tomorrow we will continue as before. Congratulations and thank you.
And thank you, Ron. And now, we come to the part of the program that we came here for. We will now confer the Temple University degrees earned by our students. And we will begin with President Theobald conferring degrees to all graduates, followed by the presentation of diplomas by degree. Will the candidates for all degrees please rise? Please rise, all candidates. President Theobald, these candidates have successfully completed all requirements for the degrees for which they stand.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Temple University, I confer upon you the respective degrees that you have earned, with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, class of 2013.
Please be seated. We will now present diplomas by degree. Please note that the changing of the tassel will occur for all candidates at the end of all degrees conferred. We will present the diplomas by degree. All of our graduates today will be introduced by Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs, Jonathan Nelson Wu. We will begin by the awarding of the bachelor degree graduates by Brian Swollen, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, will present the diplomas. Brian? Present.
Bachelor degree graduates, please rise. As I call your names, please come forward to receive your diplomas. William Junwei Yao. Courtney Montana Neely. Akihiro Morita. KD Marie Green. Mark Benjamin Wilkinson. Kai Harada. Michael Christopher Rigoni. Daiki Koyama. Adam Angelo Cicerini. Sneha Ruikar. Marie Claire Kemigisha Bagazonzia. Joseph Matulewski, cum laude. Udi Watananchonkon. Michael D. Valiant. Paul Takeshi Miyamoto. John Francia. Asan Altaf Butt. Keith Allen Royal. Rehan Ibn Mohsin. Stephen James McKinney. Stephanie Aline Chung, cum laude. Fang Yu Chang. Yuk Ting Pan. Jean Marais. Sarah Aisha Lowry. Kotaro Hisaka. Elise Marie Winters. Naoko Katsuura. Miyoko Lillian Noma. Alexander Peter Harris. Sophia El Ghazali. Chelsea Nicole Clark. Yuko Saito. Eddie Gale Morton. Haruka Nomura. Yui Kishibe. Minami Ito. Mai Tiffany Ueda. Ryuta Sudo. Orson Anthony McClellan. Tomonori Otsuka. Nurul Ayuni Husna Binti Bakri. Lucia Chauvet. Shinjin Ono. Bettina Röhr. Ayumi Shimizu. Lisa Fujikawa. Ayane Yamaguchi. Hala Abdul Rahman Al Otaibi. Naomi Tan. Laura Renee Wessner. Hina Ikeda. Yuiko Suzuki. Kari Kawamura. Kuwamura. Yumi Inoue. Shimi Kitajima. Wakana Fukushima. Shigeo Kobayashi. Erika Takahashi. Brian Shingo Sasai Mori. Yu Xin Wang. Yumio Mori. Kohei Kobayashi. Yuta Oishi. Takumi Uedo. Koji Hifumi. Kotaro Yamamoto. Caleb Call Howard Cope. Hideo Nagaoka. Kimiaki Takano. Chiharu Yoshioka. Yurika Nakanishi. Anthony Jared Radosti. McKenna Marvin. Courtney Jennifer Carr. Nicola Stephanie Tila. Andrea Denise Johnson. Nathan Charles Schneider. Ritsuko Kushikawa. Shinichiro Hamazaki, cum laude. Haruo Sugie. Darwin In Chang. Brandon James Loretta. Vangelina Maria Gonzalez. Jedediah Rafe Cahudo. Michio Eve Ueda. Kona Coffee. Justin Michael Rigsby. Casey Metzger-Sabin. Rimi Morita. Sumi Park. Manish Ramaya. Napol Chunprapanusorn. Dennis Cameron Jarvis, magna cum laude. Momoka Kashiwa. Yejun Jiang. Ella Fetter, magna cum laude. Gregorio Jr. Navasa. Manabu Miyamoto. Goki Kazama, cum laude. Amanda Marie Asbury. Ayaka Konishi. Keiko Angelus Gomez Carhuamaka. Stephen Osorio Agudelo. Jimmy Lamb. Kinji Okubo. Kento Burnside. So Yamashita. Shelby Tucker Stevenson. Andrew Donald Hesse. Sean Michael DeVito, magna cum laude. Nadezhda Melikova. Lyric E. Doe. Vanakon Amelia Poipanit.
I would now like to award diplomas to the Master of Law graduates. Finbar McCarthy, Director of the Law Program, will present the diplomas. Barry?
Master of Law graduates, please rise. As I call your names, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Yukiko Kiso.
We have a unique habit in the law school, or custom, I should say. If anybody who has had a relative has had a degree from the law school, we've had that person confer or give the degree to their relative. So this is the first occasion in which we've been able to do this at TUJ. So Yukiko has just gotten her degree, so she's able to give it to her husband, Iori. So he will get it next. Go ahead.
Kenji Tomizawa. Ayumi Sumita.
We will now present diplomas to the Master of Business Administration graduates. Miki Amori, Director of the MBA program, will present the diplomas. Miki?
Master of Business Administration graduates, please rise. As I call your names, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Glenn Robert Argyle. Joe Hugg. Hideki Matsui. Ahab Elwagi. Satoshi Hashimoto. Kumiko Suzuki with the Dean's Award for Excellence. Hisataka Tanaka. Miki Uchida. Yasuhito Kai with the Dean's Award for Excellence. Jeo Ito. Shinji Furunaga. Hiroyasu Fukunaga. Kentaro Ichimori with the Dean's Award for Excellence. Christopher Thomas. Charles Rue with the Dean's Award for Excellence. William Gambrell. Alan Lee. Adrian Pollard with the Dean's Award for Excellence.
We will now present diplomas to the Master of Science in Education graduates. David Begler, Academic Coordinator of the Graduate Education Program, will present the diplomas. David?
Dean Stronach, I'd like to pause for just a moment to salute a group of graduates who have traveled a great distance to be with us today. Will the graduates from TUJ Osaka please rise to be recognized? Don't sit down. And now will all the other Master of Science in Education graduates please rise?
As I call your names, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Glenn Aaron Davies. Eric Allen Lurstrom. Jillian C. Leroux. Takako Matsushita. Jimena Benosa Homma. Rebecca Jai Kato. Shunichi Iwasaki. Ehito Nakanishi. Miho Nakashita. Michio Chiba. Judith Ann Alexander. Barry Matt. Rosa Suan. Christopher James Tierney. Nathaniel Martin Finn. Ross Andrew Rangoat. Gavin James O'Neill.
We will now present diplomas to the Doctor of Education graduates. David?
We're very pleased in the College of Education to have a very special guest with us today who's come all the way from the main campus in Philadelphia to be with us just for this event. He first came here, I believe, in 1984, and he found two very small master's programs, one in Tokyo, one in Osaka. And over 24 years of applying his knowledge, his wisdom, his time, and his energy, he nurtured these programs and created doctoral programs on both campuses that eventually became world-class programs and certainly the best in Asia. Please help me welcome back to TUJ, Kenneth Schaefer.
Doctor of Education graduates, please rise. As I call your names, please come forward to receive your hoods and diplomas. Ron Rule Martin. Tomoko Nemoto. Yoko Sabatini. Now, all graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left-hand side of your cap. Congratulations. Before closing today's ceremony, I would like to exercise my prerogative to say a few words. Previous speeches have alluded to our role both as an academic campus of Temple University and as an American institution of international higher education in Japan. I have seen over the past few years a rapidly growing trend in the internationalization and reform of Japanese higher education. And I can say that without a doubt, TUJ has had a role to play in the development, and in the future, TUJ will have an even greater role to play as a foreign university, as an American university, in working with Japan to provide quality higher education for all Japanese, Americans, and students from the more than 50 countries you graduates represent. If internationalization is the trend of the future, I would say that those of us who are in this room this day have attained it today. Finally, I would like to acknowledge two groups of individuals who have supported and guided you, our graduates. First, I would like to recognize a group whose contributions to TUJ are vital, but almost always behind the scenes. The members of the TUJ Board of Overseers give generously of their time to provide wise counsel to the university and provide a vital link to the community. Will the members of the TUJ Board of Overseers please rise and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you. I would also like to take this opportunity to salute and congratulate the family and friends of the graduates who are here with us today. You have supported and encouraged these graduates, in some cases for many years, and have provided them with assistance and advice. In many instances, you have made significant personal sacrifices for them. This day of their accomplishment is also your day. On behalf of the over 38,000 students, 3,400 faculty, and over 300,000 living alumni of Temple University, I thank you for placing your trust in us. This concludes the commencement exercises of Temple University Japan campus for the year 2013. There will be a reception next door in the Taisetsu room immediately following this reception, this ceremony. Please join us. A couple of notes. Family and friends of the graduates, please remain in your seats until all the graduates have left the room. There will be plenty of time for photographs after the ceremony. Second note is for the stage party. Will the stage party please follow the president and myself to the respective sides of the stage and out the center? Thank you. The 126th commencement exercise at Temple University is officially adjourned. Thank you for coming, and please enjoy the rest of today's celebration.